Exactly. But yeah, we had the opportunity to see something in advance.
They're different because Studio Ghibli, as we know, are very light-hearted for the most part.
So this kind of gives me, I'm not sure if you've had a chance to watch it yet, but it gives me Gintama vibes.
And then there's someone with a long neck, the metal neck.
Yeah, do you know what? That was wild. I was like, what am I watching?
General movie that someone that has never watched Lupin before could.
They actually have a few versions of it, and I think this is the fifth version of it, or the fifth in the fish. We had the opportunity to see something in advance. What were your thoughts on it?
It was it was enjoyable. It was one of those ones I was able to, curl up on the couch and just chill off for a little piece. It was interesting because Lupin isn't an anime that I really explored as much as I would have liked in the past. I mean, I have seen one in the past before. It was Lupin the IIIrd, The Castle of Cogliostro, if I remember correctly, and I think it was a Studio Ghibli production. And I remember enjoying it a lot. But you know what happens, bro? You're like, yeah, you know what, man? That was sick. Let me see what else Lupin has to offer. And then it gets added to the eternal list.
The watch list.
The bottomless pit that is all the anime that we promise ourselves we're gonna watch, and then we never actually end up doing so. That movie was great. I think it came out maybe I want to say 90s, maybe 80s. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so when you let me know about the opportunity to watch this one, I was actually quite happy, to be honest. And to find out it was a 2025 production as well, I was really intrigued. Um, but comparing the two, they're different because Studio Ghibli, as we know, very light-hearted for the most part. The animation, very, not that this wasn't colorful, but very bright, very, not kiddish kind of in a way. Whereas this one, what was it, Lupin the IIIrd, the Immortal Bloodline.
Yes, Lupin the Third, the movie, The Immortal Bloodline, which drops tomorrow.
Um, Animation quality on point, loved it. Very vivid, very detailed. Frames per second, you can tell they definitely, made sure to uh, allocate the budget correctly. But it was a more of a darker tone. It was a lot more, is
Heavy,
it
would you
called
say?
heavy?
Heavy, would you say?
Yeah. Because that one, you know how Studio Ghibli do, bro. The violence in it is very toned down. Someone might get hurt, but it's not very on the nose. But this one, it very much was. There was the injuries that people would suffer were extremely detailed, which I enjoyed. I loved it. You know me. I'm always an action guy. Um, yeah, it was a good watch.
Yeah.
Some
No,
of the concepts, it,
go.
it kept me on my seat, and the way they advanced the story surprised me more than once. Usually, because I don't want to spoil it, obviously, since they shot before the actual movie, but in terms of the main villain or villains, won't give away which one it is. Usually they might only appear in from a certain part of the movie, but in this one, it came up unexpectedly. Then there was a little twist, if you remember,
Yeah.
regarding an interpreter, and I remember thinking, "Am I okay?" Because I was under the impression that, I mean, you'll see it, they'll understand. I like it though. Looking back on it, it was fun. It's something that you can laugh about, and it's a very intriguing little plot device that they put in there that you only really understand after you actually have to go back. And yeah, so yeah, I mean, but what were your thoughts so far as well?
No worries. Well, before I jump in, I just want to say I was curious, so I just had to double check something, and The Lupin the third movie so was the castle of the Cagliostro.
Mm.
It actually wasn't a Studio Ghibli production.
No,
However, it was directed by Miyazaki, who later went on to found Studio Ghibli.
that
So,
was it. I'm
yeah.
so glad you corrected me because I was gonna, yeah, okay, that makes sense now. I think that's what
Mm.
the confusion came from.
Yeah, but it would have Miyazaki's signature art style that or signature direction that he basically went on to go and found and use in later works that he did. So that you taught me something new today because I had to basically double check that. So thank you, sir.
No, no,
But yeah, firstly, or most importantly, shout out to the guys over at All the Anime who basically gave us a sneak peek at tomorrow's movie that drops,
mm,
Lupin the IIIrd, Immortal Bloodline. Myself and Highlander got a chance to explore it, and similar to you, I started kind of with a blank slate.
mm,
I obviously, if you're an anime fan, you've heard of Lupin, you've heard of Lupin the Third, and you've seen it around. I believe that I watched a few episodes back in the day, and they seemed very light-hearted, very colorful, very cheery. So when I heard that we would have the chance to watch this movie, I jumped at it because I was like, oh
mm.
yeah, like I've seen it and it looks nice. This one, however, this one is very dark. This one is very heavy, very gritty, very serious, and from what I know of Lupin, he's very jovial. He's very like he's someone who's a prankster. He basically is very like goofy, and when they go on capers in the past, you kind of see them being more like slapstick, more humorous. So this kind of gives me. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to watch it yet, but it gives me Gintama vibes because in Gintama you have a lot of jokes, a lot of banter, a lot of goofiness, and then before you know it, they can turn up that dial and they can make it serious. They can like make you kind of like the action will kick in. You'll be on the edge of your seats. Some scenes in Gintama is what you can basically be like so invested. You're like, am I watching the same show that literally a few episodes ago this guy was basically being a joker? But with all that said,
No, yeah, I
go on.
agree because if you remember that scene, without giving, too much away,
Hmm.
where a certain someone is in disguise, goes into a room to speak to two other individuals, and then
Yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah, yeah.
they say room.
You know what? Yeah, that was jokes. I
And then
like that part.
I'm thinking,
Mm.
Did that just happen? And then
Hmm.
the guy gets up like, yeah, you know what? Not to give too much away, but like you said,
Mm.
the way it's able to switch between the jovial and the jokey side, and then immediately just go full
Mm.
throttle hardcore. But Lupin, I don't think there was even one point. Actually, no, is that a spoiler? Is it a spoiler to talk about his demeanor throughout the movie?
It would be. 'Cause I think I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
But there was something that made him have to be less jokey, I guess. That comes into play if I think we're on the same page.
They were good plot twists though.
Yeah, you know what? There was devices that were put in place that made the stakes serious.
I'm wondering though, what happened to, let me put it like this. They arrive at
The
the main
destination.
location,
Yeah, yeah,
and then there's someone with a long neck,
yeah.
the metal neck.
Yeah, do you know what? That was ridiculous. I saw that and their confrontation in that part.
It's the
I was
beat
like,
down, innit?
I was, bro. I was like, that was wild. I was like, what am I watching?
That I'm
But
interested to see. It was a
mhm,
good movie. I liked it. It was a good movie. It's definitely one that you could put on
mm,
either during the day or any time of the day, really.
yeah. For those who don't know about Lupin the Third, the movie, The Mortal Bloodline, do you have like a little overview you can throw it away, anime freshman style?
Let me see. Without spoilers, um, let me see. Lupin and the crew. I mean, the crew consists of Daisuke,
Hmm.
the sharpshooter, Gomen the samurai, and the femme fatale Fujiko. Is that her name?
Mm, mm, mm.
And of course, the official, unofficial member of the team.
the,
What are
the,
you gonna call him that?
the
What's
jobless
his name
inspector.
again?
The
The
jobless
detective,
inspector.
Interpol's inspector.
Zenigata.
Zenigata. The forever. He's basically like we're showing our age here. What's that guy? What's his name? The Looney Tune character.
Oh, Looney Tune character. Who are you thinking of?
The the one that's always chasing Bugs Bunny, but he never catches him. The hunter.
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd. That's in that vein, kind of. For those that know, they know.
Yeah,
And
and
when
I
you
guess
see it, you'll
yeah,
understand
and I
what
guess
we're
to
trying
make
to
it
say.
anime, esque, you can also say it's like Radio Bahuma. There was the
Oh,
guy who was always after the main character, but yeah, that we're not talking about that. We're talking about Lupin the Third. But if you know, you know.
um, yeah, the overview. So the crew get, I don't want to say, let's say summoned to an island in the middle of nowhere. Um, they then, due to very specific reasons, end up becoming stranded on the island. They need to obviously, find out exactly where they are, what's going on, and how to escape. And in the midst of all this, they come across, yeah, how would I put this? Like,
Obstacles.
various obstacles. I mean, it gets to the point where you think you understand what's going on, and then another plot device comes into play, another plot twist. You know, uh, characters that you wouldn't expect to see come up, and yeah, you'll be asking yourself quite a few questions up until the end of the movie, really. Um, but obviously, it's got it's the fantastical element to it, that jovial, joking nature that you come to expect from Lupin, especially from that we picked up from the little that we've seen in the past, and
I've got a
we watched
question for
the
you
movie.
actually. Leaning into what you're saying,
Bit
does the
raunchiness too, sorry, not to cut you off.
oh
But
oh
for
yeah,
guys
no
that
no
like
yeah,
raunchiness,
yeah.
I'll just say Fujiko definitely.
The fan service.
The fan service,
She is a femme
guys,
fatale.
please don't worry. The fan service is there. Not over the top, of course. We want to keep it classy. But yeah, it touches quite a lot. Ticks quite a lot of boxes, to be honest.
Yeah. Does the movie lean more into heist style energy, or would you say it's a bit more of a crime thriller?
Oh, that's actually a good question. Heist or crime thriller? I'll say crime. I'll definitely say crime because I mean certain conditions have to be met for it to be classified as a heist. And I don't think it hit those. I definitely think crime would be the one because when other aspects of the movie get revealed, or behind the scenes, I should say, in terms of the plot, without giving too much, remember the TV screens?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
that,
yes.
and then that part of it there, that definitely leans it more towards crime, thriller, and that type of genre, as opposed to what you'd probably be used to experiencing when it comes to Lupin, because obviously he's a gentleman thief, crime, what's it called, heisting is his bread and butter. But
This game.
I think they took a different direction in this one, which is good, nothing wrong with it at all. It was fun to watch. Um, Finding out exactly how the villain is the villain at the end was, I was like, what?
Yeah, the whole
I know you
villain.
were too.
Yeah, bruh, that was a plot twist. Let's just say that.
Volcano?
I didn't expect to see what I saw, but yes. Who would you say that the movie is for? Would you say it's for newcomers or for long-term Lupin fans?
uh, Maybe newcomers more so than lifelong Lupin fans. I think this one is really an all-purpose general movie that someone that has never watched Lupin before could enjoy. Because I mean, obviously from the start, you get that brief recap regarding a lot of what's happened in previous Lupin movie slash series. So that kind of brings you a bit up to date, at least in terms of how the movie's gonna play out. But I think lifelong Lupin fans gonna enjoy it as well. Like I said, like we said, we've seen previous Lupin film slash series, and we're still able to enjoy it completely as well. So I think it's a both really.
Mm-hmm. You know, like a
Gonna be
fun
for
fact,
kids, little kids.
of course.
Because of the violence, maybe a little
Mm,
bit, but if you want to be those parents that don't mind their kids being
mm,
exposed to a little bit
to
of
mature,
yeah, mature themes, then
yeah.
yeah, you can bring the kids along as well. So I think it's gonna be really.
You know, I like a fun fact, and I found out that this is Lupin basically has something that it does stylistically, and Lupin the Third, the movies, the way it's written and whatnot, they actually have a few versions of it, and I think this is the fifth version of it, or the fifth in the line. And with Lupin the Third, the movies, the way that they do it, they always make those ones very darker than the anime counterpart. So
When you say fifth in line, what does that mean exactly?
this is the fifth movie in the Lupin the Third, the movie like timeline, I believe.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
I thought there were more.
I think no, I think there's probably more in terms of like different versions. But imagine like Lupin the Third, the movie in the way that we know it, being like I don't want to say it like this, but it's gonna be like this. Dragon Ball GT, for example,
Okay.
is separate from Dragon Ball Super. So these Lupin the Thirds is the same overall franchise, but it's a different kind of darker direction that they take for these ones.
Oh, the movies tend to be standalone.
Yeah, no, I think they're all linked
Oh,
though. I think they're all linked, but they're basically this one or this bracket of Lupin's franchise is usually darker than. But
okay,
they're
I get
light-hearted
you.
movies, and they are like anime seasons in Lupin the Third's repertoire. But this one, this version that we watched, is darker.
Nah, definitely, bro. Yeah, I mean, uh, the, how can I put this? It's what sumo, sumo.
Sumo,
Yeah,
yeah,
after they watch the film, the people
yeah,
understand. It's funny. It's
sumo.
funny. You'll probably you'll see some stuff that actually makes you laugh out loud. So
Oh,
apart
you
from
know what?
the
Yeah, it's a ride.
action, fantastical elements to it as well. The
Mystery.
mystery, crime thriller. Um, it's so many different aspects. Yeah, it is.
Mm.
You'll
But
definitely tickle quite a lot of fancies there.
yeah, but yeah, tell us what you think, guys. When you go and watch it, it's in cinemas from Saturday the 21st, and yeah, brought to you by the guys over at All the Anime.
Appreciate
Thank you
you.
very much for hooking us up, and yeah, any parting words before we call it?
Um, keep it fresh.
Keep it fresh. Let's go.